Long, long ago, there lay a great desert called the Sea of Sand, and on its fringes stood the peaceful and prosperous kingdom of Cinnabar. King Salim was loved by his people, for he cared deeply about their happiness. Yet his own happiness was tinged with grief. His beloved queen had died in childbirth some years before, but she had borne the king twin sons who had grown into young men. The eldest, Prince Abdul, was arrogant and vain, and cared nothing for the people of Cinnabar. Prince Yusuf, however, was a compassionate and kind young man who shared his father's sense of duty. One night, King Salim had a dream in which he saw Abdul ascend the throne. While he lived in luxury, the people of Cinnabar were poor, hungry, and unhappy. The king woke with a start in the dawn light and wished there was some way that Yusuf could succeed him as ruler of Cinnabar. So King Salim called for a horse and rode out into the desert to seek the advice of a wise old man who spent his days in meditation atop a craggy peak in the Sea of Sand. The king explained his quandary, and the wise old man handed him a small wooden box, its sides carved with question marks. The king rattled the box. There was something inside. He tried to open the box but found it locked. The king frowned. "What lies inside? Where is the key?" "When you feel the end approach," said the wise old man, "give this box to your eldest son. Ask him not to ponder the mystery of what lies inside. If he is destined to be king, he will do as you ask." Some years later, a frail King Salim felt the end approach. He called his sons to his bedside and handed his eldest the wooden box. "Abdul," said the king, "as I leave Cinnabar in your safekeeping, so I leave you this wooden box." Abdul rattled it. He tried to open it but found it locked. "What's inside?" he demanded. "Where is the key?" "Accept this gift as you accept the throne of this great kingdom," said the king, "and promise me you will not ponder the mystery of what lies inside this wooden box." "I promise," said Abdul, but his eyes said otherwise. Then to Yusuf, the king gave a smile. "Remember, my son, patience is the greatest virtue." And with that, Salim breathed his last. When the people learned of the king's death, a great mourning filled the land. He was buried next to his beloved queen, and the following day Abdul was anointed king. Even as the golden crown was placed on his head, his thoughts were drawn to the mystery of what lay inside the wooden box. That night, King Abdul ordered the palace to be searched for the key to the box. Servants rummaged in every drawer and cupboard, searched every nook and cranny, but no key was found. In desperation, Abdul ordered messengers to be sent to every corner of the kingdom, proclaiming that whomsoever brought him the key that opened the wooden box would be given their weight in gold. The people of Cinnabar greeted the news by besieging the palace with keys of all shapes and sizes. One by one they tried to open the box. One by one they failed. One night, as a wild storm brewed over the Sea of Sand, King Abdul sat in his chambers, turning the wooden box over and over in his hands. He could take no more. He had to know the secret of what lay within. He drew his sword and struck the box with all his might, but it remained untouched. Again and again he struck it, but miraculously it remained intact. Abdul suddenly realized that there was one person who might know what lay within the wooden box. He shouted for a horse to be prepared and rode like a demon through thunder and lightning to the craggy peak where the wise old man sat in meditation. Abdul took the box from his robes and showed it to the wise old man. "What lies inside this box?" he demanded. "I will not tell you," came the reply. Abdul drew his sword. "I am the king. Tell me what lies within this box." But the wise old man shook his head and smiled. Abdul was furious. He threw the box to the ground and raised his sword high above him. "If you will not tell me, then I'll have your head," he snarled. But a bolt of lightning struck the blade, and the king was consumed in a ball of flame. All that remained of him was a pile of smouldering ashes. The wise old man chuckled, took back the wooden box, and watched as the wind scooped up the ashes and spread them to the four corners of the kingdom. And so it came to pass that Yusuf was crowned king of Cinnabar and ruled that peaceful and prosperous land with a hand as just as his father's.